Okay, I've had a couple of requests for extra help with subtracting polynomials. I went over a couple problems in the Google Meet, but I decided to go ahead and make a separate quick video for those who are asking for help on subtracting polynomials. So, particularly if it says subtract something from something else. So there's a problem that one of y'all had, and it says negative 5x squared plus 7x plus 1 from 8x squared plus x minus 10. So it says subtract from. So that means you got to switch the order. So you're going to write 8x squared plus x minus 10, because from means flip, and then minus negative 5x squared plus 7x plus 1. So subtracting is the same as adding the opposite. So you could sit there and you could say, okay, 8x squared minus negative 5x squared and all that. Or you can change all the signs of everything in the second polynomial and then add them together. And that's what I'm going to do here. So I'm going to say 8x squared plus x minus 10. And when I talk about changing all the signs, that means I'm distributing this negative, so I'm not going to write this minus sign down again. So negative times negative would make that a positive 5x squared. Change this one, it becomes a minus 7x. Change the last one, it becomes a minus 1. Then, once you have done that, changed all these signs and brought them down, you're going to combine like terms. So 8x squared plus 5x squared is 13x squared. 1 minus 7 gives you negative 6x. Negative 10 minus 1 gives you negative 11. When you subtract, everything in the second polynomial changes sign, not just the first thing. And I know a lot of you guys are just changing the sign of the first thing, but you've got to change the sign on everything in that second polynomial. Okay. Let's look at another one. So this next one is going to be that as a problem. It's not a word problem. This one says negative 7x squared minus 4x minus 1, and then minus parentheses 6x squared plus 4x. So again, I'm going to change both of these signs. So I'm going to drop the first parentheses and just write them down. This one was positive inside, so I'm going to write down minus 6x squared. This one was positive inside, so I'm going to write minus 4x. And that's what I mean by changing the sign. Whatever sign they have inside parentheses, you're going to write it down with the opposite sign in the next line. Then I'm going to combine like terms. So negative 7 and negative 6 becomes negative 13x squared. Negative 4x minus 4x becomes negative 8x. And then you have minus 1. This one didn't change because it was the only one of those. You should always make sure your answer is written in standard form, which means you have the highest exponent first, then the next one, and then the constant term. And make sure that you put everything together. So all your x squareds are together, all your x's are together, all your numbers are together. Okay, we'll do one more example. Sorry, this thing is taking forever. Okay, like this one. I should do two more. So this next one says negative 10x squared plus 9x minus, parentheses, negative 6x plus 4. So again, on this one, I'm going to change the signs in the second polynomial. I'm going to distribute the negative. So I've got negative 10x squared plus 9x, and then plus 6x minus 4. Because this was minus and plus, so I changed both their signs, and they become plus and minus. Then I'm going to combine my like terms, which are the x's in the middle, and I get negative 10x squared plus 15x minus 4. All right, so let's do one more. let's do subtract 7x squared minus 3x from 2x minus 5. So, since it says subtract from, that means you're going to write 2x minus 5 first, and then 7x squared minus 3x are going to come second. Okay? Going to change both of these signs, so I have 2x minus 5 and minus 7x squared plus 3x. Then you combine like terms. So this is the only x squared term, so you're going to write it down first. Then you're going to put the x's together, so you got 2 plus 3 is 5, and then minus 5. And again, you'll notice on the subtraction problems, if you change all the signs first, then the next step is actually adding or combining like terms. So I don't subtract again. So I changed my negative 3x to a positive, and then I added it to the 2x. I changed my I changed my positive 7x squared to a negative, and then I added it, which really it just stayed what it was because there were no other x squareds. So just be careful about that. It's really easy to make a mistake on that because either you change the sign and then you subtract again, or you just forget to change the sign altogether. All right, hopefully this helps you guys. Email me if you need further problem. And again, I encourage you to attend a Google Meet if you need help.